Hi guys, I'm back again today with the third part to the Burning Sun scandal. And yeah, let's see what else. Oh my gosh, I'm already pissed thinking about going into this because like what else? Like how crazy can this get? Because I thought the first one was crazy, the second one was even crazier than well, like what else? Uh anyways, yeah, we'll just go straight into because this is 2 hours. Okay, guys, 2 hours. So I'm gonna try not to pause and we'll just listen. Let's get it.
Bada bing, bada boo.
Something very strange happened in Gangnam, South Korea. Something very puzzling for the investigators involved. They received a call that a safe had been stolen from a recently deceased person's home. The police show up to investigate. They check the house's CCTV cameras, and yeah, sure enough, a masked man with a hat on is seen breaking into the house. But it's not that simple. They end up leaving with this small safe. But the strangest part initially in all of this is the man, before he even breaks into the house through the second floor balcony, he walks up to the front door, jiggles the handle, then puts in a code to try to gain access to the house. The code is wrong, but it could be because the deceased family members had recently changed it. But that would indicate that this person knew the homeowner. Why would someone rob a dead person? Even more puzzling is what's inside the safe. Inside the safe, there are a few pieces of jewelry, investment documents, and old cell phones. So 3 things. Let's say the thief wants the jewelry. That would mean that the thief's whole motive is to get money, right? I mean, nothing else in the house was taken though. That doesn't make sense. All these designer bags and other expensive luxury goods are sitting right next to the safe in the closet. They are left untouched, just left. That's very, very strange. So if they're not stealing the safe for the jewelry, are they going for the investment documents? Well, that doesn't make sense either, because there would be virtually no way for the thief to gain anything from those investment documents. They could not be able to transfer a single cent, a single penny to their name. They could not pretend to be the deceased to gain access to their funds, because the home and the safe belongs to a high-profile K-pop idol, Kuara, who recently passed. There would be nothing that they could do with these investment documents. It was just way too high profile of a death. That just leaves one last thing in the safe: the old phones. Was there something on the phones that someone did not want the rest of the world to see? And does it have anything to do with the fact that months before Kuhara died, before she passed, she helped expose the Burning Sun scandal?
I think so. So that's why.
We would like to thank today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the Megan Meyer Foundation. Since its inception, they have grown into a global cyberbullying and self-exit prevention foundation. They provide education, intervention, resources, support, and inspire communities to eradicate bullying once and for all. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team, and we'd also like to thank you guys, our listeners, for your continued support as we work on our mission to be worthy advocates. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. A couple disclaimers in today's case. There is heavy subjects including bullying, self-exit, SA, and abuse through blackmail of releasing explicit photos and videos without one's consent. If that is something that might be too heavy for you, please go take care of yourself and we will see you in the next one. There is also a part 1 and part 2 to the series, which will all be linked in the description. I highly recommend watching those first before this episode. And if you have already watched them, I'm going to try to give you a somewhat brief recap before we get into today's episode, which will be the part 3 and hopefully final part of the Burning Sun case. In the very first episode of Burning Sun, we talked about how it was the it nightclub in South Korea in pretty much all of 2018. If you wanted to be seen, you go to Burning Sun. If you wanted to see a celebrity, you go to Burning Sun. It was as close as you could possibly get into running into an idol on Saturday night, a random Saturday. The VIP tables at Burning Sun would cost anywhere between $10,000 to $100,000. But the true VIP menu was a complete secret. That's not even the real VIP menu. The only thing on the secret menu is a tall glass of water. Water refers to a hot drunk girl. The VIPs will tell employees that they want a glass of water. The employees then go searching in the club to find a girl that seems more or less alone, somebody that's easy to slip away from her friends, someone who's already drunk. They lure her, if not basically drag her at times, into the VIP rooms in the back where the VIPs are left to do whatever they want with these girls, which typically it involved essay and the filming of essay. One text message between two employees reads, "The VIP room is looking for a hot girl." "Okay, looking for one right now." "He's chasing me. Help me find one quick. Don't even need a hot girl anymore. Just looking for one that looks out of it." "Okay, we'll look for one of those then." "Help me hit a home run, please." The employees were incentivized. They said that if they were able to get a girl to be essayed by a VIP, they would get a big bonus, a massive tip. But it takes a lot for somebody to be in
I
that
know my eyes are like all over the place, but just hearing it, I'm just like, oh.
get a big bonus, a massive tip. But it takes a lot for somebody to be in that state where they don't recall most of the details of the night before. They don't even remember a face. So the employees would sometimes just slip a drug into the woman's drinks. So you know when you go to a bar, you get nervous that you're going to get roofied by somebody at the bar, like another club goer, so you cover your drink. At Burning Sun, it's alleged that the bartenders would just roofie your drink, just straight up. They give you the drink with a roofie in there. And then eventually you get dragged into the VIP room. A former employee said the date GHB was used a lot. Normally the customers that used it were in private rooms. There was this room incredibly deep in the club. There were lots of guards outside the room, and whatever happened in there, no one else would hear a thing. I saw women unconscious after being given GHB at Burning Sun pretty much almost every single day. One employee said if a VIP told the employees to bring that girl, they would just point at a random girl in the club, in the crowd. They will do whatever it takes to bring that girl in an unconscious state to the VIP room. Burning Sun is one of the biggest scandals of the K-pop world, considering one of the 4 co-directors of the club is Seungri, a member of one of the most iconic K-pop boy groups of all time. He and a few of his other male idol friends, not from Big Bang, used Burning Sun almost like their playground. Burning Sun was used to victimize women in an effort to get investors to invest more into Seungri and the guy's businesses. But there's also another element to this case, the group chats. Many of the male idols that we're talking about today are involved in this Kakao Talk group chat where they would send each other these videos and photos of themselves having intimate relations with women that typically in the videos, they seem unconscious. Sometimes it's semi-unconscious. Most of the time it's fully unconscious. It seems like they don't know what's happening to them. Obviously, they don't even know that they're being filmed. At first, it was debated by a lot of Seungri fans that Seungri himself was only part of the Burning Sun scandal rather than both, and that the inappropriate chat rooms, completely different story. But a new BBC documentary that came out a few months ago released irrefutable proof that he indeed was part of those video group chats. He was sent a video of one of those men assaulting a woman at a ski resort. This woman does not appear to be conscious. And he responded to it, "Who is it?" Additionally, a new video of Seungri has been released that shows him dragging a woman towards his table, a woman who clearly is trying to resist. She's using all of her body weight to resist going with him, but he screams at her, shut up, follow me." In part 1, we go through the inner workings of the club, how it starts unraveling near the end of 2018 when a random club goer, very controversial club goer, is seen on CCTV camera being hit by an employee of Burning Sun. In part 2, which was uploaded a week ago, we do a deep dive on how that man, the controversial club goer that was hit by the staff, was not actually the real whistleblower of Burning Sun like the mainstream media depicted him to be. But in fact, the 5 real whistleblowers in this case are 5 women. In 2016, the first whistleblower was JJY's girlfriend. JJY is one of the main idols involved in the secretly filming video group chats. A girlfriend of JJY's walks into the police station to report that her boyfriend, this famous celebrity, JJY, had been filming her without her consent in these inappropriate situations. The police go to investigate, and JJY, his phone is conveniently broken. But since he's such a stand-up guy, he's gonna take it to a third-party tech shop to try and recover all of his files so that he can prove to the police that no such file of his girlfriend exists. The second whistleblower would be the girl that works at that said tech shop. She wishes to remain anonymous, but against fear for her own life. Okay, just some context here. Korea is not the place that you go up against someone that has more money than you. Money almost always wins. It's actually known that when you want to pick a fight with someone, you consider your status and their status first. You got to think about who your parents are, how much money you have, where you live, all of these things before you pick a fight. Like, that's a saying because it's that difficult. Against all of that, she recovered all the files on JJY's phone, realized, wow, okay, this K-pop idol, JJY, and all of his other famous and powerful friends are doing some crazy, shady, illegal things. She secretly copies all the evidence into 3 USB drives, and she keeps it for 3 years until she finally turns it in anonymously to an attorney. The third woman, a whistleblower, is reporter Park. In 2016, she reported on the fact that JJY was being investigated by the police because his girlfriend alleged that he had recorded videos of her. Since at that point, she doesn't have any concrete evidence or proof, even just reporting on the allegation makes her receive these relentless attacks in cyberbullying. Reporter Park was doxxed, bullied, harassed. Her number was leaked. She was scared for her life for 2 years straight. It was relentless. She was actually targeted by a group called the Anti-Feminist Group in South Korea. I mean, I think the name says it all. They're literally anti-feminist. They think feminism is ruining the country. So she was scared for her life. For 2 years straight, it was relentless, like I said, to the point that she miscarried twice and lost her ability to conceive. The fourth whistleblower was reporter Kang. She actually starts reporting on Burning Sun 3 years after reporter Park. She saw what happened to reporter Park. Reporter Park almost lost her career. It ruined her life. And reporter Kang still took her attorney's friend's request. She gets a call from an attorney friend, and he's like, something very strange happened. I opened up the mailbox at the office, the law office. We have 3 USB drives of very suspicious videos on there. We need to investigate. In 2019, she starts sorting through all the evidence and writing articles on it. However, she realizes she can't take this to the police. I mean, yeah, she can write articles, but without releasing concrete proof and getting the police involved, it sounds fake. It sounds like, oh, well, this sounds like a crazy allegation against some of the biggest idols. How do we know we can trust this woman? She can't take it to the police, though, because according to the group chats, the guys have a higher up in the police involved that, quote, helps their problems magically disappear. Who knows whose hands this case is going to end up in if she turns it in? Perhaps it'll magically disappear as well. So that means she needs to figure out who this police official is. But she's stuck. Nobody wants to help her with this case. Nobody wants to get involved. It's so high profile. It's messy. It's got elements of sex and feminism and like things people just want to stay away from. It seems like too much trouble until she receives a call from Kuhara, a K-pop idol who recently tried to self-exit. And she tells reporter Kang she wants to help. She was friends with fellow K-pop idol Choi of FT Island, who was part of those group chats with the inappropriate videos. And she believed that she could probably get him to tell her the name of the police official. It's actually only through Kuhara that reporter Kang is able to get that name. And then a few months later, Kuhara is found dead in her apartment. In part 2, we go in depth on a few people's careers, but just to give you the briefest of brief recaps, in the Burning Sun case, the most notable K-pop idols involved are Seungri of Big Bang. He's probably the most famous and more influential and powerful. Then you have JJY of Drug Island and Choi of FT Island. So JJY, he was part of a rock band. I think his image was bad boy music, but still a softie. That was his image before this whole Burning Sun case. Choi of FT Island had the boy next door innocent boy image. That was his whole shtick. Seungri was the underdog of Big Bang.
I think when
wasn't the most
move on
beloved
from
at the
his
time,
picture.
so a lot of people were rooting for him. It was also stated
I think we shouldn't give idols image or something. We should just let them be who they truly are. Because if we give them those image and they play like, they play the role, and let's say women, men, or whoever are attracted to a certain type or ideal, they're gonna be attracted. Oh, I like this next boy, next whatever boy next door kind of vibes. and truly they're not even that. Like it's better to just be yourself, like whoever you are or whatever is being portrayed across online should be what they should go for. Just be you. Like if you're um Stephanie, just be Stephanie, right? Don't be that girl next door or whatever.
That he had the best business acumen out of all of the Big Bang members. So all of these guys are fully loved throughout their entire careers. Then we went in depth on Kuara's life career. She debuted with a group called Kara, but because of one single relationship that she had with this other male idol, she starts being labeled as a relationship idol, which in Korea, this is basically a way to kill your career. Nobody cared that she practiced for 10 hours a day. Nobody cared that she learned English and Japanese just for her job. She learned 2 additional languages. Nobody cared about any of that because she was photographed with guys. Once in a while, she would have lunch with a guy, and that became her whole image. She was known as someone who is so boy obsessed. Then in 2018, news broke that she assaulted her boyfriend, physically assaulted him when he tried to break up with her. His name is Choi Jung-pom. We're going to call him CJ. He's just a random nobody. He's a hairdresser in Gangnam. They're dating. He stated, I tried to break up with Hara. She threw a fit. She started beating me up. Slowly, news starts trickling out to indicate, okay, that's not exactly what happened. CJ was a very jealous, toxic, manipulative, terrifying boyfriend. Hara didn't want another fight with him, so she lied about having lunch with a male coworker because it's literally a work meeting, but she knew that he was gonna flip out, so she lied. He finds out, breaks into her house in the middle of the night, starts beating her. She fights back, scratching his face, screaming at him, and that night he emails Dispatch, a Korean tabloid, twice to tell them, I have crazy information on Kuhara that's not gonna disappoint, so you reach out to me. He also sends Kuhara 2 videos with no words, just 2 videos that he recorded while they were being intimate. The implication is very clear. He's threatening to ruin her career with them. Kuara goes public with this information in the end of 2018. By 2019, CJ apologizes on his Instagram and opens up a new salon. Kuara gets bullied for getting plastic surgery, and she attempts to self-exit. She gets bullied after all of this. And even after all of that, after all the mistrust in the industry that she has, she still reaches out to reporter King to help with exposing Burning Sun, going up against her own friends, going up against powerful guys in the industry to help bring them down. She was probably, at her time, one of the most hated K-pop idols. Hated. People just did not like her because she did not do what they wanted her to do. She and her friend Soli were probably the most hated celebrities at one point. Her best friend Soli is another K-pop idol we talked about in
I'm
part 2.
glad that this is slowly, okay, emphasis on slowly changing, because some people, fans, think that, oh, because I watch you, I buy your album, I'm a fan, you should do everything I say. Like, relax, chill, okay? They're not a doll. They're not your toy. They're human beings with hearts and feelings and blood, like us. So it's crazy. I like that it's slowly changing now because comes in the international fans, right? I know some international fans also are dumb, but I feel like the international market or fans are changing how idols are perceived, right? Because before, like this, back in the day, if you do something that they don't like dating and all that stuff, because they think that they can date you, like stupid. Um, I like that now. It's changing. Okay, I like that fact because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and if you have the freedom to go date someone, get married to someone, why don't they have that freedom and rights? Like that is just so double standard, right? Um, and also the bullying Korea, and your bullying is just on another level. Like what kind of what are you doing? Like the amount of bullying that goes on every day in that country, I cannot.
She debuted with a massive girl group called FX, but her career comes crumbling down because it's revealed that she's dating Choiza, a rapper whose nickname refers to his large private parts, but he's 33 at the time. She's 19. They have a 14-year age gap, and the public starts taking it out on Sully, calling her a sex addict, a slut, a whore. They ask her where her mom is. And instead of backing down and apologizing, Sully just keeps trying to live her life. And people do not like that. They're really upset about that. So in this episode, we're going to go in depth on the careers of all these idols and how they start clashing and how Sully and Kuhara end up passing away within a month of each other. And how there are rumors that Seungri is trying to open up another club right now. Since he's been released from prison, he's trying to open up basically another Burning Sun. I implore you to watch part 1 and especially part 2 before watching this episode so things will make a lot more sense and you get a fuller picture of the events. But with that being said, let's get into it. We're going to start going from 2015 through 2019 through the timeline of events and how everything escalates into 3 idols in jail and 2 gone. In 2015, Sully is being bullied for dating Choiza. Meanwhile, her best friend Kuhara is dealing with this whole new scandal, the scandal of being too financially literate. Kuhara's bandmates, they went on this show and they said that, oh yeah, we nicknamed her the Queen of Financial Skills. She had saved up most of the money that she earned. She bought this single family house in Gangnam for, at the time it was like $838,000. She didn't even live there. She rented it out, making $5,400 a month. And then she sold it for $1.5 million. So she made both rental income on that property and capital gains on the investment property. I mean, she's been doing this with multiple investment properties throughout Seoul. A real estate agent would later say, the locations Kuhara chooses are really optimal. She's able to pinpoint areas where land prices are expected to rise steadily. This is impressive, considering previously netizens commented that Kuhara has no talent whatsoever. Well, now those same netizens are pissed. They comment, these clowns earn way too much money. She acts like a psycho attention whore, but the reality is she's just super rich. What the It seems like she's doing this to cut back on her taxes. Athletes and celebrities get paid way too much.
Sometimes I feel like the world needs a free pass to punch someone in the face. Like I keep saying this, I'm advocating because some people are just so dumb for their own good. Not for their own good, but they're so dumb. Um, like we need to have a free pass to punch these dumb people. Like, pop, pop. Like just one, okay? One free pass for dumbness. Oh my gosh, like I do not advocate physical, like you don't hit people. It's not good, okay? I don't advocate that. But when it comes to idiots of the nation, I feel like once in a blue moon, right? A brup brup, I mean like a, is good. It will do them good so that they can shut up and maybe their brain will actually activate to function normally, because I feel like they are not functioning properly and they need that kind of like, something to awaken that brain of theirs to start working. Just because somebody has money doesn't mean like you can like they deserve your hate. Just because idols make money doesn't mean like they deserve to be bullied. Like, shut up and go suck on a lollipop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It seems like she's doing this to cut back on her taxes. Athletes and celebrities get paid way too much. Talk about luck. She's literally good at nothing for a kid, not even an ounce of talent. Ugh. Kuhara literally cannot win. I do want to say that both Hara and Sully had their fan base, obviously, that loved them and would go to war for them. But that group was nothing going up against the amount of hate that the hateful group.
And I'm gonna say this just because we're on the topic already, and I know that none of you give a fudge, but I'm gonna say it. That's why army are super protective, because the I know some people hate us, but that's why we are so protective, because of this shenanigans.
But that group was nothing going up against the amount of hate that the hateful group was sending. I mean, they would flood their comment section. Meanwhile, Seung-lee starts organizing sex services in 2015 for Japanese investors. Two brothers, Japanese investors, were flying into South Korea to meet with Seung-lee. Seung-lee made sure to prepare an itinerary for them a month in advance. A luxury car would pick them up from Incheon Airport with sex workers inside. They would be driven to a luxury hotel where the sex workers would further provide additional services, mainly whatever the brothers wanted.
2015, so that's way before, 3 years before Burning Sun.
Yes.
Do we know what kind of business he was doing?
He was opening up other bars. He had one bar called Miltang Pocha. He had 2 bars/clubs called Monkey Museum, one in Korea and one in China before Burning Sun. He was always trying to start these businesses. He has ramen shops. He has restaurants. Yeah.
That's crazy because you would think he already probably has a lot of money.
Yeah.
He has all the influence, all the clout. Whatever restaurant or bar he opens, people will go.
It seems like he has and I mean this with the most disrespect possible, I think that he has an inferiority complex. Because all of the other
Is
big
he
members,
friends
a
with
lot of them are
PDD?
talented, or a lot of them are talented and very conventionally attractive. He was known in Korea at the time, I recall, as being the one that just didn't really have either.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
He was like the last member to be added on, I believe.
Yeah, so a lot of people felt that he wasn't necessarily that talented at singing or dancing or stage performance. And they added that he wasn't the most conventionally attractive in the group. So there are other group members that are considered not conventionally attractive because that's literally how K-pop works. But they're so talented at singing that they're so beloved.
Yeah. But I mean, I think either way, if he's talented or not, good looking or not,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. He
Yeah.
already has all the success.
Exactly.
Like he's already made it. Any business he opened, he's made it. Why are you still doing all these things? Like, I don't even know if it's just money. Like trafficking women, doing all of these things.
Yeah.
Like it's just evil.
Is evil. I think it's ego. Like he would rather be evil and try to get a little bit more over people. Because I mean, think about it. If you join a group and you're still making so much money and you're not the most loved, I would just quietly be in the back dancing. But no, he's got to be better than all of them. It's so weird. In December of 2015 and January of 2016, Seung-lee provided sexual services to Japanese, Hong Kong, Taiwanese, and Korean investors 29 times in 2 months. This is also very illegal. Sex work is illegal in South Korea. It's actually considered sex trafficking at this point. So because he's facilitating it. In 2016, Hara and Sully have their first joint controversies. So 2016 is really when things start crumbling for the girls. This is just the start of a string of controversies surrounding the girls. And you're going to sit back in 2024 and think this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but just bear with me. In 2016, they post pictures from a personal photo shoot that they did together. So it's not done by their agencies. One picture shows them both wearing these white crew necks, just hoodies, posing in front of a white wall. Neither of them are smiling. It's all very aesthetic. But the photo that netizens have a problem with is they're both wearing the same shirt. So imagine an oversized t-shirt.
I swear to God, Diddy and this case have something to give. Baby, I swear to God, why am I watching this at the same time? Right? As this PDD incident. Sung Ri and Sean Diddy Combs. Do you know each other by any chance? Stephanie, can we research on that?
They're facing each other and they've both put their heads in through the t-shirt hole for the head. They're sharing one shirt. And it appears that they're naked underneath. It doesn't appear like they're wearing pants or anything, right? So they're both in the same shirt and they're both unclothed. But the main issue that netizens had is the shirt reads very clearly, Johnson & Johnson's baby oil. Sully,
is this an ad or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sully and Hara are accused of taking Lolita-esque pictures. The comments read, they're basically infantilizing themselves, is what the comments accuse them of. Because baby oil, but yet they're naked. It just, the juxtaposition they said was very uncomfortable, a lot of the haters. I will say general consensus for this controversy in South Korea was a lot of people didn't like it, but you had a strong group of people that wanted them to basically be killed for it. Like a firing squad and everything. You would think that they killed a baby. The comments read, "Is this necessary? Are they both crazy? What's wrong with them? Why take such Lolita-esque pictures like this? The pictures always look submissive or sleepy with blushing cheeks and bedroom eyes.
leave
The
people
models always
alone."
look like they're ready to be dominated. This isn't innocent at all." I hope Johnson & Johnson sues them. How dare they use a baby product for an inappropriate concept like this? Haters even went as far to email Johnson & Johnson to take legal action against the girls. Another comment reads,
Well, I wish Korea has that same passion, or whoever left those comments in today's situation with Johnson and Johnson's. Please email them also.
as far to email Johnson & Johnson to take legal action against the girls. Another comment reads, "I honestly thought the picture was maliciously photoshopped, but the source is actually Sully's Instagram." Some angry netizens even went as far as boycotting all brands promoted by Sully, even emailing Johnson & Johnson stating that they need to sue her. Sully responds by posting a picture on Instagram and writing in her caption, "Lolita, Lolita, don't go overboard. Leave insults somewhere more appropriate and just look at my pretty face instead." So in
Look at what somebody said. It's like stupid K nets. Oh, okay. This is kind of like um supporting her, actually, saying K netizens should STFU.
leave insults somewhere more appropriate and just look at my pretty face instead. So in Korean, it's more like a poem, I guess. Now, some netizens said the girls were promoting Lolita culture and that the photo shoot itself was, quote, like, and in bad taste. A few things to note here. The photographer they worked with is pretty well known in the industry for his Lolita-style photo shoots. He has a whole controversy later for literal crimes, but at this point, nobody knew any of that. They just knew the photographer's name that did this. He loves Lolita, but the girls are the ones that are being burned at the stake for it. When this photographer, that's all he does. Some discourse would say, yeah, I mean, I think most people can agree that the photo shoot, maybe not the best thing they could have done, but some small discourse about it was, what about the industry? I mean, both these girls joined the industry when they were so young. They were sexualized in their youth before they were even of age and sold it to the mass market. Nobody complained about being like then, but then the girls do something like this from their own free will.
And then those people who commented that are the consumers as well. So what kind of like bias is that? It's like I consume something, but then if it's it's so I cannot even comprehend what they want at this point. I cannot. Doesn't make sense.
Will. Again, not the best photo shoot, but they are seen as these wicked, evil, conniving, sexual, disgusting people who want there to be more disgusting men in the world, who want all children to suffer. It's like the weirdest thing. Like the assumptions and the lines that are drawn out of this are just abnormal. Meanwhile, JJY texts into his group chat, "Let's all meet together, go to a strip bar, and girl in the car."
2016?
Yeah. Other members of the group chat respond, "We already do that though." "That's true, haha." In another text message that year, JJY sends a video into the group chat. It appears to be a video taken of intimate relations he had with a woman, and she does not know that he took the video. He texts along with this video, "It's hilarious that I fucked the third floor hallway, recorded the whole." Seungri and his friends open up a new establishment called 밀당 포차, and through text, they start talking about how they're going to evade taxes on the business. Oh, there's this crazy gnarly quote in their text message where they go, "This is why I love Korea," basically saying they love Korea because it helps them evade the law. Instead of registering their new bar as a bar or club establishment where the taxes are higher, they said that they were going to establish it as a restaurant. And when people are dancing, because that's what you do at a club, he was just going to tell the government officials, they're just walking around. They're dancing in place. Yeah. Seungri sends nude photos of 3 fans he meets during his China fan meet. They're naked, laying in bed, and it's likely that he took it without their consent. He will actually be charged guilty of this photo later on. This is in 2016. Before
He sends a photo of 3 girls on the bed.
3 of his Chinese fans after a Chinese fan meet, which, think about the power imbalance. And then on top of that, it looks like it was taken without their consent. In 2016, the guys go on that ski trip and they start sending multiple videos and photos of themselves having intimate relations with women that appear to be unconscious and unaware of what's happening to them. Seungri is not on the ski trip, but like I said, he is in that group chat. In 2016, another major incident takes place. JJY and his friends are at a fan meet. After the fan meet, they end up calling up a woman they know. Some sources state that this woman is a fan. Some sources state that she's just a friend. Perhaps she could be both. Either way, the power imbalance is still there. They call her to come over and hang out with them at the hotel. But after that fan meet, she would later state she had a few drinks with them and she doesn't remember anything afterwards. When she woke up, her head was aching and all her clothes were off. One of the guys was next to her and she started panicking and asked, "What happened? What happened?" And he's smiling at her, asking her, "Oh, you don't remember?" And he just starts laughing in her face. She states she does not remember a single thing. She said her head was swollen. It felt like she banged it. The whole thing was just humiliating and startling. The next day, the guys talk about it in the group chat. They state they basically gang R-worded the girl, and she was so drunk she almost cracked her skull. They said they were nervous, thinking she was gonna die or have a concussion, and the sound of her head cracking when she fell was just too hilarious. JJY responds that they almost got caught because one of the guys was filming her and turned his flash on. He literally says, "You your flash on."
Like almost woke her up?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they respond, it was so hilarious. That same year, in 2016, JJY's ex-girlfriend walks into a police station and reports that her boyfriend, K-pop idol, has taken explicit videos of her without her consent. Which we go more in depth on this one, but I will link those parts below. She goes to the police, he sends his phone, and journalist reporter Park, remember? Starts writing about it. She gets death threats. It's a whole thing. This is all in 2016.
That's crazy that didn't even blow up in 2016, 17, 18 until later, finally the Burning Sun thing happened.
Until 2019.
Right.
In 2017, this is a big year for the people who hate on Sully and Guhara. Starting off in the beginning of 2017, Sully and Hara post a series of Instagram pictures. Now, I feel like these pictures would be really aesthetic now, but I guess in 2017, they're not the typical conventional pretty K-pop selfies people were seeing back in the day. These photos look a little more avant-garde, photography, editorial pictures rather than just modeling pictures. They're black and white photos of them, fresh face, no makeup on. This becomes a scandal. The comments are, I can't even read you most of them because they're really racist, but the gist of it is stating that the girls look like they're part of a tribe.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I guess...
What kind of photo is it?
Just selfies of them, not smiling, staring into the camera, and their hair is a little frizzy, and they have no makeup on.
And people are hating because why?
Stating that they look like, just like racist comments, comparing them to, I don't know. Yeah, I can't even repeat.
Wow.
Well, we know
Haters are commenting that they look like refugees.
Like
someone comments,
like
Sully has ugly eyes and Kuara looks like she's getting old. I bet all they do when they meet up is take pictures of each other. Hey, take a picture of me. They really have nothing going for them other than their skin tones, because now that the photo's in black and white, it's just ugly. Basically saying they're only pretty because they're pale. Another person comments, are they on drugs? This is a scandal. Then there's Soju Gate. Sully and Hara are live streaming on Instagram. Both girls are in their early 20s, so well above the drinking age. I mean, this is legal. It's the two of them. It looks like they're home. They're eating Korean barbecue, giggling, having a good time. When they look at the soju bottle and it's their friend on there, a fellow idol. So they're like, okay, then we got to do a taste test to support our friend. So the comments on this, as they're drinking the soju, reads, they don't seem normal in the head. This is so sick. Dumb bitches only upload pictures of themselves drinking every day. One and the same, these two. They're both has-beens who try so hard to get attention. They're not even drunk. They're just like taking a shot of soju. Then Kissgate. This is a whole scandal. The girls are celebrating Sully's 23rd birthday, and there's these cute little gold balloons in the back. They're both wearing these matching dresses. Sully's in the pink version, Hara's in the blue version, which, side note, the dresses are super cute. They're almost like what you would wear as a kid on your birthday, but not in like a weird infantilization way. Just, they're striped t-shirts. It looks very casual. It's actually quite innocent attire for a 23rd birthday. They're both standing there side by side in front of the balloons live streaming, and they're taking pictures, and then they turn to look at each other and they jokingly pucker their lips and they lean in and they so barely touch their lips together. It reminds me of a kiss that a mom would give her toddler. Very like, mwah, like exaggerated, mwah, that type of kiss. The comments read, they're literally insane. I wonder if Hara knows today is Kara's 10th anniversary. Why is she harming their image? They got nothing to do and just want attention. Other comments are fully questioning their sexuality. They read, I think they're lesbians. Yeah, I'm afraid the two will announce that they're dating in the future. It looks like they're at least going to come out as bisexual soon. You think they're seriously doing it? I think they did it with each other. This was a controversy. A controversy. Those were the controversies the girls faced together in 2017, but Sully is in a few controversies of her own that same year. The first controversy starts with an Instagram picture, and an article is written about it titled, Does Sully Dream of Becoming the Kim Kardashian of Korea?
What?
The photo in question is of her laying on the floor mattress. There's like a mattress on the floor. She's wearing a slip dress. She's laying down and smiling at the camera. Again, the picture is only very sexual if you want it to be. It seems like she's hanging out with the girls and someone takes a photo of her. All of their scandals is very much girlhood. Like everything that they do are things that just girls typically do. She's laying on the floor chit-chatting with her girls. Someone takes a picture. She's not trying to be sexy. She's not trying to be perceived a certain way. She's literally just like eating popcorn with the girls. The birthday photo that they kiss, again, nothing is inherently sexual about it. It's just kind of how girls enjoy each other's company, I guess you would say.
And I think these people are actually sexualizing them.
Yes.
Like-
nothing is sexual about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, truly, maybe she's not wearing pants, but it's not like she's flashing anyone or posing in a suggestive manner on the floor mattress. But the article written for this one picture reads, on March 3rd, Sully posted a photo of herself lying down in a skimpy slip that went viral. In the photo, Sully appears to be wearing no bottoms, and her provocative pose sparked the sexual imagination.
Crazy.
Sully's behavior is reminiscent of Kim Kardashian in the United States, constantly posting photos on social media that emphasize her sexuality, including close-ups of her body parts and revealing outfits. The article goes on to not so subtly, not so nicely, state that Sully is posting a lot of sexual photos and doing everything that she can, but showcasing real talent. They say, if she has any, we wouldn't know. Comments on the article read, please don't ever compare her to Kim Kardashian. There's such a huge gap in their bodies to ever compare them to. Do you not see the major difference between her and Kim Kardashian? Like I said, their bodies are not even comparable.
Wait, so they're shitting on her because they're saying she's not even as sexy as Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, because
But at the same time, you don't want her to. Like, why is this so contradictory? The comments are so contradictory. It's like, why are you drinking cold water? You should drink hot water. And then oh, don't drink hot water. You should drink cold. Like, it's so like free pass to punch idiots, please. Like, make it a rule, please, please. That's why I can never be someone famous because somebody is gonna catch these hands. Truly. Like, I'm so sorry. And they're gonna call me like the bully. Like, they're gonna call me the bully for punching a stupid human being. Because that's just how the world is. Like, I can never be in a public eye because I am not gonna settle for stupid people. Like, I will slap you or punch you or do something. Like, you cannot be face to face with me. Okay? Because when I catch your face, this fist is going through it. This fist is going through it. Like I always say, I'm not a flight person, I'm a fight person. If you say fight or flight, I'm fighting. In my boxing class, like my teacher is always like, try to dodge, but my brain is like, this person punched you, beat them up. Like, that's my response, okay? So, I can never pretend like, somebody is being mean to me, and I'm like, maybe online I will use sarcasm, but in face to face, you're catching these hands. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get kicked and kick the fudge out of like the industry because it can never be me. It can never be me, like me there, and then people are talking shemankles about me. Like you're gonna get a black eye. I'm so sorry. Yes, you can punch me too. I don't care. But regardless, so if ever, okay, if you see me in person and you hate me, don't say it to my face because your face is gonna turn blue. Okay, I'm just saying. Like, I cannot with I one thing I cannot stand is disrespectful human beings. I do not care who you are. You disrespect me, you're gonna you're gonna end up with a blue face, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm just telling you ahead of time. Like what? I'm getting pissed.
On her because they're saying she's not even as sexy as Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, because she's not even trying to be
Yeah.
sexy. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. At least Kim Kardashian is voluminous. Sully seems to think that she has a hot body with the way that she keeps exposing it all the time when she actually doesn't, which is what makes her even more annoying. Sully's nothing more than an attention whore who has awakened to the life of having a big D. I will say again, both the girls had steadfast supporters and fans. Most of the girlies are supporting them at this point. They're just like, just leave them alone is the sentiment.
I'm
Let
glad
them do their
some
thing.
people
They're not
were
hurting
there for
anybody. They're
them.
having fun. If that bothers you, just click off. But every little thing that they do becomes news and everyone wants to just hate on them. But by far, Sully's biggest controversy to date is Nipplegate. That's what they call it. It's so dramatic. But she posted a picture of herself on Instagram wearing a pretty thick tank top. And through the fabric, I guess if you're staring quite hard, you can see the outline of her nipples. On another one where she's sitting in a long sleeve shirt, you can see the outline again of her breast. And both the outfits, not that it matters, are incredibly modest.
I think they were just so ahead of their times and people just didn't understand it. You know, like nowadays this is so common. Everybody just don't wear bras anymore. Like everybody just yeah, you know, it was a thing once upon a time wherein everybody was just there. But maybe because they did it and also in their country, like people just weren't open minded. So the hate was just like crazy. But they were just so ahead of their time. And it sucks that it was viewed as like something so sinful or bad.
And again,
Crazy.
of her breast. And both the outfits, not that it matters, are incredibly modest. Like they're just regular pieces of clothing. She just happens to not be wearing a bra. But it seems like this is some netizens' first time understanding human anatomy because one comment reads, if I was her friend, I would tell her to delete Instagram. Why has she changed so much? I mean, this reminds me of the quote to ruin a woman is to call her a slut in public. That's it. That's all it takes. And that's what they're doing to Sully. And it's pretty clear the negative comments, the cyberbullying, it's getting to Sully. She posts on Instagram a picture promoting her boyfriend's new song. The picture itself, this is Cheja, her rapper boyfriend. And the picture itself is a funny image of her drinking soju. It's like a meme. And the caption reads, there was a time when I thought it would be nice if I would never wake up from my sleep. Then my boyfriend showed me this song and it made me feel better and more stable. This is why I cried. I uploaded this post as a fan because the song was so good. Likely not helping Sully's mental state at the time is later in 2017, Sully and Cheja will announce their breakup. Meanwhile, Seungri, he's on top of the world. This is after he's facilitated the sex work of over 29 different women. This is after those text messages evading taxes for his business. He's made it onto the Forbes 30 under 30 list, obviously under his group Big Bang. But even outside of Big Bang's activities, he ends up opening up 2 new clubs, one in Seoul, another one in China. He also states that his ramen business is bringing in like $200,000 a month. Yeah.
Didn't you see the video that the Big Bang members were talking about him?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
I get into it.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
whole
okay.
thing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
don't
I mean,
know
he ends up
that.
opening up 2 clubs, one in Seoul, one in China. Again, like I said, this is not Burning Sun, but this is one of his business ventures. It's called Monkey Museum, which will later be under investigation for suspicion of tax evasion. And he starts promoting his new business venture, a cancer diagnosis kit. He announces while Big Bang was on stage at a Q&A panel, singly announces that he basically will cure cancer. This is obviously a full-blown exaggeration on my part, but he is weird. He tells the audience that prior to this, the only way to diagnose someone with cancer is to have them go to an oncologist, a doctor. They'll have to run scans and x-rays. It's a lot. But he's going to develop a cancer diagnosis kit where you can just essentially take an at-home test to see if you have cancer using your urine. G-Dragon tells him on stage to, as nicely as he can on stage, shut up. Basically, stop talking.
What?
He tells him, don't talk about things unless you can confirm these things. Like, make sure you do testing before you start talking about it publicly.
Oh, so he's talking about something that he's looking to do or he's
Yes.
planning on launching.
Yes.
And G-Dragon was like, what are you talking about?
And why
Make
are you doing this right now at a Big Bang event? Why are you talking like this? What are you talking about? And also,
Yeah.
this is such a sensitive topic. Why?
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
you
yeah.
even saying? You're not even someone in the medical field.
Yeah.
You're a random idol. Please stay in your lane. That's
Yeah.
literally what G-Dragon is saying. But Seungri keeps going and stating that clinical trials were already complete. He would have a prototype March 2017, which he does not. And this was actually not a scandal at all.
This never came out, right?
Nope.
Okay.
And it was not a scandal, even though it really should have been. 2018, the photographer that did the Lolita baby oil shirt, the photo shoot for Sully and Hara, is investigated for sexually harassing a model. He is found guilty and sentenced to 8 months in prison. The girls worked with him 2 years prior.
Only 8 months? That justice system is a joke.
He is found guilty and sentenced to 8
Joke.
months in prison. The girls worked with him 2 years prior and had no clue about any of these allegations, but they would still be dragged in the mud for working with a guy like this after the fact.
Oh, so he was charged.
Yes,
And
2
then-
years after their
Right.
photo shoot.
But people bring back
after.
the girls.
Yeah, and they're like, how dare you work with someone like this? Like, if you support people like this, you're
didn't
obviously
know.
messed up. I can't believe you would ever reach out to him to do a photo shoot. You support the sexual harassment of other women? Yeah. Became a whole controversy all over again. In 2018, Kuara has a rumored self-exit attempt. One news headline reads, self-exit attempt rumors. Kuhara reps say that she was getting treatment for a sleep disorder. The agency denies her self-exit attempt, and it's unclear if it was or was not, although later she will have other attempts. But regardless, the comments read, as if she would die and leave all of her investment buildings behind. Haha. Kuara seems way too greedy and self-centered to actually die. Oh yeah, she'd totally die and leave all that money behind, for sure. Do you guys know her net worth? Why would she leave any of that? Never worry for a celebrity, especially one that owns her own buildings. How to cure insomnia? Go do a hard labor job for a day and you'll sleep like a baby.
Guys, I cannot with this comment. I cannot with this comment. Help me.
Cure insomnia? Go do a hard labor job for a day and you'll sleep like a baby. She'll sleep just fine if she works hard labor for 2 days and eats cup ramen in place of meals. I notice that people who are bored with nothing to do and no physical work in their lives, they have sleep disorders. She hasn't been working at all these days, so why does she have a sleep disorder? Does she just stay up all night playing games? In 2018, Kuara goes on a variety show called My Beauty Diary, and she meets a hairstylist, a celebrity stylist by the name of CJ, Choi Chongbom. He's known as the wannabe Yoo Ah-in, a South Korean actor that's very famous. CJ, the ex-boyfriend, has a pretty big reputation of being a pretty boy in Gangnam. Yeah. The two meet on a variety show and they start
Pretty
dating.
boy, no
Friends
brain
close
though.
to Hara would later say, things are just not going well. Even before the revenge video incident, they stated that when CJ would get drunk, his behavior would completely change. He was just this delusionally jealous boyfriend. Every time Hara would go out to work, he would accuse her of cheating on him, and he would start these exhausting, never-ending arguments. By the end of 2018, the situation with CJ will be made public, how he had threatened her with intimate videos of both of them, and the search Kuara sex video will start trending. By the end of the year, Kuara does a fan meet. And just compare this to JJY and Seungri's fan meets, where they end up sending inappropriate videos after the fan meet. Seungri, it was illegal filming versus actual assault. But JJY, he was charged with gang R-word after the fan meet. So just think about their fan meets. Kuara does a fan meet where she brings a letter that she wrote, and at the end of the fan meet, she gets up and she says, there were so many things that this year happened, from happy to sad, and I also thought at one point it would be the end, but then there were fans that encouraged me even in that situation. So I just want to express my sincere gratitude. I'm sorry
For the fans that was with her, I'm like, wherever you are right now, yeah, those are the good humans. And I pray that you're always like, you're still that good person. And you're like, I just pray the best for you, you know? That's why a fandom is very important, because obviously some people are gonna try to bring you down, and without the fandom it could go really really bad for a group or a person. So when people say stuff about certain fandoms, um they just don't know why certain fandoms are so like feisty or protective or like mean. In their eyes that's mean, because they're just standing up for their boys or their girls. And rightfully so, because obviously first and foremost you like them. Secondly, you probably know the truth more than those aunties, sasangs, or whatever they're called in the comments. And without a fan or fans that believe in you or support you, sometimes it could be bad, because like, unfortunately, in her case, yeah, there were fans that supported her, but probably there were more hate, and she just couldn't like go on like that anymore. So it's really really sad. Hatred is really really sad. And somebody commented in the second part to my burning sun. Yes, I didn't react to it, but I've watched the video of um our boy's song. I don't know about the others. I think it was Sai that you mentioned. Maybe I have to check that one though. Um I remember the song wherein I think it was her that was mentioned, how hate can ruin a person's life. And instead of us hating her, why don't we hate evil, right? Instead of us hating evil deeds, we hate just random normal civilians. It's like our hatred is so focused on normal things, instead of our hatred being focused on like the evil of the world. Like, so dumb. um Anyways.
me even in that situation. So I just want to express my sincere gratitude. I'm sorry for constantly making you guys worried, and thank you. There's still a lot more I want to do, and I'm going to keep going for all the fans that have been waiting. I'm going to be very active in Japan and Korea in the future. So thank you. And she starts tearing up. Meanwhile, Burning Sun officially opens in 2018, has been open and operating with a lot of success for most of the year. Throughout the year, women are going to the police to report suspicious activities and instances of having just one singular drink or a few sips of a drink straight from the bar, not having any recollection of the rest of the entire night. The police do nothing about it. By the end of 2018, Burning Sun starts unraveling. The situation with the guy that gets punched in the club gets released. Authorities start their investigation into the club, and at first, Singli tries to play it off as a few employees who have gone rogue. They hit a club goer, he didn't know about this, but the deeper people start digging, a lot more starts coming out about just how shady this club actually is. It is at the end of 2018, the tech whistleblower will send 3 USB sticks to the attorney with all the evidence. 2019 is when everything starts falling apart. CJ is out using his opportunity to build a career out of the whole revenge video scandal. So this is Kuara's ex-boyfriend.
How are people not canceling him for, or even calling him out for what he did to Kuhara?
Yeah, they are, but it's nowhere near as how they're calling out Kuara for the smallest things.
So you're saying that even though people realize he's like doing all of this behind the
Yes.
scenes, he still has supporters.
Yeah, so I was actually listening to a very fascinating lawyer who was describing the situation of law in Korea. And she said, if you are ever planning on moving to Korea as a woman, just know this, that in Korea, if a woman makes a few small mistakes and a man makes one big mistake, the man never actually made a mistake. Like, let's say you go to a bar. A woman makes a bunch of mistakes, quote, mistakes. She gets drunk, this is what she's wearing. Maybe she didn't, tell her friend. Maybe she shouldn't have been out. And then a man essays her. Well, because she made all these mistakes, that man's mistake, it's not a mistake, but you get it, doesn't count. He never made one. And then there's another comparison that she said, which is if a man has multiple mistakes, mistake after mistake after mistake, and a woman has one mistake, they're the same. They're equals. They have both made mistakes.
Yeah, I can see how this is literally this case.
Yeah. So CJ is out using this as an opportunity to build his career. He straight up opens up a new salon and promotes it in his apology letter on Instagram. And while he's out there doing that, Hara is involved in another scandal. I don't even, like, every time I say scandal or controversy, just know that this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Again, she did nothing scandalous. She posted a picture onto Instagram and her angry commenters start freaking out, accusing her of getting work done because she looks so, quote, different. Her double eyelids look deeper. That's the accusation. Kuara responds to a netizen saying that she had a medical issue where, because of a muscle twitch, her eyelids would start drooping and it was really bothering her. So she had them retouched. I'm imagining that she had some extra skin clipped, which is something that a lot of people do, especially as you get older, because it gets heavier. It's not that big of a deal. Even if it was just purely cosmetic, it's not that big of a deal. And the comments keep coming. You lost your charm. Your previous face was prettier. I can't believe you would get plastic surgery. Ugh, you're so vain. After everything that's happened, you still just care about your looks.
That is crazy.
It's her literal career.
Yeah, this is K-pop. What are you talking about? Like,
some say she's too ugly. Some say she looks old. And then she tries to get work done and it's not even cosmetic. They get upset. Oh, that's another thing. This is a complete side note. But it's so
close your mouth,
interesting that in the K-pop world, especially,
maybe if you start closing your mouth, your brain will actually work and then you can think. I said I was not gonna pause, but this is like
through K-netizens, they don't like it when idols get plastic surgery. But they don't like it
But
when
then
their
Korea
idols
is
don't
like
look
the-
perfect.
I-
When
K netizens, they is so contradictory. So contradictory. Your country has the most plastic surgery, full stop. And then you hate when they look not idol like. And then when they do it, oh, you had like put a dick in your mouth and shut up. Like I can't. I try to censor myself and I'm trying to like be a like not controversial, but go suck on a toe, okay, and shut up. Go suck on your freaking toe and shut the fudge up. Like what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You deserve to fall down and break all your teeth. Like lose all your teeth. Whatever is English. Like I'm so pissed. I cannot. I cannot with stupid people. I just can't. Like if you're wasting your life hating on someone else, you deserve to burn in hell. Like, how can you waste your soul? Like, your life means so little. You like, you're so unhappy with your own life that you have to go hate on someone else. Like, the people who do that, like, you are the worst, one of the worst people in society. Like, if you can find time to go type on somebody's post or to waste your life hating on someone else, you deserve to burn in hell. Like, people like that, I can never fathom, why the fudge are you wasting on hate? You can spread love so easily. Why the fudge are you hating? I just can't. I just can't. I just lost my cool, I know, but I don't give a fudge. I just can't. Like, so dumb. So stupid. Some people are just so small minded. Like, the amount of, like, you could be doing something. You could be like reading. You could be touching grass, but you are there on your little computer or your phone hating on someone. Like, you're a waste of air, okay? You're a waste of, I know God created us all, and you're a waste of freaking creation. I'm so sorry. Go get a life. If you hate your life so much, don't use it to hate someone's life, okay? The reason why your life sucks is because you hate. That is the reason why your life sucks, okay? So get out of your freaking little chair and go live your life and stop hating, and then maybe your life will change. Oh, Lord. I know.
But they don't like it when their idols don't look perfect. When one netizen commented, "Why are you doing plastic surgery?" I think Clara just got fed
I
up
cannot
with
watch
everyone
this
saying
anymore.
all
I'm
these things,
tired.
harassing her for getting a medical procedure. And even if it was solely for the purpose of feeling better in her own skin, even if it was purely cosmetics, so what? So she comments back to the netizen, "Is getting correctional medical surgery a sin?" Which I personally don't find mean. It's a bit snappy, maybe, if you read it that way, but given the situation, the context, the other comments she's receiving, it's probably one of the nicest ways to respond. Another comment from a netizen reads, "You looked prettier before you had the surgery." Hara responds, "Thank you for thinking that way." Which honestly, again, not rude at all. I would argue the comment left by the netizen is actually rude. Clara, again, said the nicest thing that could be said to that. The internet does not agree. They rip her apart for being, quote, rude to fans. Kuhara had to delete her comments and formally apologize, which is just unhinged. Like, after everything we already know that she's been through with her ex-boyfriend and her all of this is really what we're doing right now. And I get it. Some people might say, "Oh, I hate when celebrities create unrealistic beauty standards by denying that they've had surgeries. It sends the wrong message to young girls who think that they'll just be born looking like that." That cannot even be applied to this case. Hara has openly admitted to having work done in the past. In the beginning of her career, she stated that she gets filler injections on her nose, she had braces to fix her teeth, and she had a double eyelid redefined in the beginning of her career. Which, side note, I would really hardly call that getting work done, but still, people are just mad at her. She later posts another Instagram picture with a lengthy caption, basically trying to get everyone to understand where she's coming from. She wasn't trying to be rude to a fan. She writes, "Ever since I debuted at a young age, I've suffered from a lot of malicious comments and psychological pain. Of course, there was a reason I got eye surgery at that young age. One of the reasons why was because I no longer wanted to be hurt by the uncomfortable feeling in my right eye from my muscle twitch. I feel it's better for me to be confident about the things that I want to be confident in. I never once thought I should take action against these malicious commenters. I'm always someone who just lives each day the best as I can. So I hope you can look upon me nicely, no matter what I look like now. I promise I'll continue to work hard to become a better person who takes responsibility for her words." A month later, Kuhara attempts self-exit. had a post onto her Instagram. I'm tired of pretending that I'm happy and everything is okay. I don't want to cause concern and be a burden amongst other people. 5 days later, she posts another cryptic Instagram picture with just one word: goodbye. After seeing this, Hara's manager starts freaking out, tries to call her, but call after call just keeps going to voicemail. They panic, rush to her apartment, where they find her unconscious. She is rushed to the hospital, and thankfully, they are able to save her. This is her first verified public self-exit attempt, but later her brother will admit that she's tried a few times prior. She takes to Instagram to address the whole situation. Her first statement is basically a formal apology. She writes, "I'm sorry for causing concern and causing a big scene. In terms of health, I am recovering. I have been in agony for a number of overlapping issues, but from now on, I will harden my heart and try to show up healthy. I will overcome it and show you the best Hara possible." A little while later, her second post addresses the hate comments she's still getting. She writes, "I will take action against malicious comments in the future. There's no excuse for malicious comments. For my mental health's sake, I want to become a person that you can look at with pretty eyes." So she's basically saying, you don't like me? Like, I want to be someone you can like for the own sake of my mental health so you won't bully me anymore. Like, she's basically saying, I want to be that person too, okay? And say things with pretty words and a pretty heart, but depression is not easy. People say, I'm too comfortable and that's why I'm depressed. My life is all thanks to the hard work that I've put in. Don't you know that you too might be depressed and sick too if you're leaving these types of comments? Where are the pretty people that wear the pretty hearts, that find broken hearts together and wrap their loving arms around them together? I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna overcome it and become positive and show you a better side of me. You should try that too. She's talking to the haters. Celebrities aren't people just making a living off publicity. They have to be more careful about their personal lives than anybody else. And more than anybody else, they have a pain.
I feel like they deserve the love the most, because they always, like, they help us through our tough times, but then who helps them? I know the fans are there. That's why I said in the beginning the fans are very important, because, like, who takes care of them? They take care of us mentally, but who takes care of them? And they can't find true love, or they can't be in love even, because then everybody's gonna start hating them. Like, it.
That they can't talk to others about. Even if they do, most people don't understand it. You're free to speak your mind, and you can think about who you are, but you should think about who you are, what kind of person you are, before you spread that kind of hatred. Personally, I think it's really beautifully worded. I think it's a nice message for the people who have been cyberbullying her for a few months, if not years. A lot of comments agree. They write, "You're right. Society needs to start getting rid of kids who leave hate comments that are too harsh to even put into words. Don't go easy on the hate commenters." So in Korea, you can actually take legal action against malicious comments. But others read, "Leaving hate comments is bad, but it's not like you're any better. What I earned through working hard." Is she implying that we commoners don't try hard enough to obtain the same kind of wealth? She's so out of touch. She can just stay off social media. It's not like she really expects to hear only praise every day. Geez, is that what she wants? Others commented that she's going to look back at her self-exit attempt in a few years and cringe. They accuse Kuhara of being an attention whore and state that true attention whores never actually die because they're already satisfied with the attention that they get from it. Almost immediately after that, during the first trial against her ex-boyfriend that took the videos and photos of her, he was given an 18-month suspended sentence. That means
he's out.
Yes, so he's given 18 months, but as long as he does not commit a crime in the next 3 years while he's free, he doesn't need to serve the 18 months. Basically, he doesn't have to go to jail. The judge in the case stated, CJ did hurt Kuhara in the process of their breakup, and he also threatened to end her life as a celebrity by sharing their sex video. However, we understand he did not plan on committing these crimes. The sex video was not recorded against Kuhara's will. The video was never actually leaked or shared with the public. they're basically saying he didn't plan to do it. He threatened her, but then he didn't actually do it. So,
Wow.
Thus, the court concludes to give Choi Jong-bum a suspended sentence with a probation period. So you're telling me it's okay to blackmail someone as long as you don't actually go through with it? So is it okay to in-depth, fully plan to harm, I don't know, let's say a judge, but then as long as you get caught before you go through with harming them physically, it should be fine. The judge should be okay with it. Like a threat against his own life, it's just a threat. I didn't actually do anything. The court continues. While Choi did not get Koo's full consent to the video, so like they're going back on their word, did not get her full consent to the video to record the sexual activity. Those two were in fact involved in a romantic relationship at the time of the recording, and Koo did not specifically stop Choi from recording either. This is giving, oh, you can't essay your wife because you guys are married. That's what it's giving.
Yeah, I think that's what they believed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2019 is a very rough year for Kuhara. After her self-exit attempt, after the depressing verdict from the court, she takes the first step to reach out to reporter Kang to tell her, I heard you've been writing about Burning Sun. I was friends with them. I think I can help you. In 2019, Sully, so this is Sully, not Kuhara, posts a picture of flowers on her Instagram. The caption reads, abolition of laws punishing abortion. Today is an honorable day, freedom to choose for all women. Some comments, and this is 2019, so it's pretty recent. Comments read, abolition of anti-abortion laws isn't a matter that should solely be celebrated, but she's so happy about it. Sully, stop acting like you're woke. Everyone can tell by your actions that you're just stupid. Sully pretends to be aware of things thanks to the backing of social media, but we all know that her brain is empty. Sully's gone crazy posting I wonder what her parents are like. 2019 is not a good year for Seung Lee either, JJY and Choi of FT Island. JJY is arrested and reporters hound him at the airport. There's a female reporter that approaches him and is like, is everything you said in the messages true? Because the Kakao messages get leaked at this point. And he just responds, sorry. And all the reporters, it turns into a mosh pit at the airport. The reporters keep asking, is it true that you secretly filmed women? And he's just holding on to this one bodyguard for dear life. After the airport incident, he publicly announces that he will be quitting the entertainment industry, which is a lie because he's coming back. And he states that he has indeed committed crimes. He writes, I admit to all my crimes. I filmed women without their consent and shared it in social media chat rooms without any guilt. More than anything, I would like to apologize to the women who appeared in those videos and who have learned of this hideous truth as the incidents come to light. He is promptly arrested and he will be sentenced to 5 years in prison. Choi is quickly arrested as well. And by mid-2019, things kind of start looking better for the girls. Maybe the tides are shifting. Kuara signs with a new Japanese agency. She releases her first single as a soloist. Kuara's own brother says, obviously, things don't just magically disappear. Her depression is still there, but it appeared that she was feeling more stable. He says, she looked better than I thought she would. She was even encouraging her brother and her sister-in-law to go visit a doctor. She was helping pay for their doctor's visits so that they could try and have a baby. And she just was really excited to be an aunt. It seemed like she was entering this new phase in her life. Same with Sully. Sully does an interview addressing the hate comments. She literally goes on a show called Night of the Hate Comments, where the hosts bring on celebrity guests and read comments with them to talk about it and address them to a degree. It's kind of like Jimmy Kimmel, the celebrities reading mean tweets, but a bit more discourse. The celebrities will usually talk to the host about how the comment makes them feel, if there's any validity to them, if they're true, if they're not, why it started. In one mean comment, they talk about Sully being an attention seeker, to which she responds, I think it's a valid comment because aren't we all attention seekers at the end of the day? Like, don't we all kind of want attention and love? So it's like, I feel like she's very in tune with emotions and people.
I feel like they are being more authentic on social media. They show a little bit more commonly shown as the K-pop idol image, and they get bullied for that.
Meanwhile, these three guys have the perfect image and they're committing some of the most heinous crimes in the K-pop world behind the scenes.
And no, and the fans are supporting
out
them.
of this world. I mean, all these girls want to do is
people are
post
supporting
some
them.
creative photos and just be artsy. They're just very creative. The host asks her, is that why you continue to post no bra pictures, even though you know that you're going to get some crazy reactions and cause a big controversy? So these are talking about how she posts pictures without bras on. And she said, When I first posted pictures of me without a bra, there were so many different reactions. And I do think that, yeah, I could have gotten scared and just hid and never posted those things again, but I didn't. I kept posting because I wanted people to realize it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted the prejudices to disappear. She said how at one fan meet, a fan came up to her and whispered, "Onni, I'm not wearing a bra today." And Sully gave her the thumbs up because I want to break that mold on society and show that no bra is no big deal. I think it's about freedom of the individual. Bras aren't even good for your health. They have a wire. They're not good for digestion. I have digestive issues. So it's just much more comfortable for me not to wear them. And I think it's very free and honestly beautiful. To me, bras are like accessories. Some clothing, it looks better with a bra. Some clothing, it doesn't look as good with a bra, so I don't wear one. She's handling it with so much grace, honestly. And I think she's trying to be, again, as transparent as possible. She even says, when I would meet people in the past, even before I said hello, I felt the need to explain, wait, whatever you read about me, please forget it. That's not who I am. Those rumors aren't true. She said meeting people was so stressful. At one point, the situation got so bad, she started fearing for her safety, that all that hate was going to manifest in real life, meaning if all these people hate her online, what are the odds that she's going to run into one of them in person? She was very scared. She starts getting massively paranoid. She would take alleyways when she goes out, avoiding public spaces. She always felt like cameras were following her around. The hosts agree that Sully is like the nuclear bomb of hate comments. She gets so much hate for no reason at all. They ask her, what makes you happy? Like, what do you do to stay happy through all these comments? To which she responds, my life is actually pretty empty, so I feel like I'm lying to everyone by pretending to be happy on the outside. There was really never truly a time where I was really happy. Another host said, their heart ached for Sully because how much suffering does one have to go through to say that you've never truly been happy? When she was asked about how she wanted the world to see her, she said, I think I just wish people would look at me and think, oh, I guess there's someone like that exists. And just accept the difference, that not everybody is identical. They don't have to like me, but just, people like that exist as well. But of course, that is not what netizens decide to focus on. Instead, they won't stop talking about her September 28th, 2019 live stream. She goes on a live stream while doing her hair and makeup, and honestly, in the video, she looks kind of depressed. She looks somber. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares to check in on her or see if she's okay. She's wearing one of those thin ropes that you tie around your waist, and as she's doing her hair near the end, because of the way that her arms are moving and the camera angle, her breast is exposed. By accident.
Where?
Comments start flooding. Why are you never wearing a bra? Even when you're hanging out with your male friends, what's the reason? How are you so confident without wearing a bra? Again, that comment could be interpreted as nice, but it's not, because prior to all of this, throughout her scandals of not wearing a bra, a lot of people mocked her, saying that someone with breasts like hers shouldn't even be confident enough to be outside without a bra. Sully
What does that mean? Anyways.
responds to those comments, I don't get what's wrong. This is my personal freedom. October 14th, 2019, Sully's manager has been trying to get in contact with her since the night before, but she's not picking up. She missed her scheduled press events that day, and the manager starts looking for her and finds her in her home. After her death, an entry from Sully's diary was made public, and it reads, I haven't written in this diary for a really long time. Today I dreamed that my teeth fell out. I didn't feel very happy about that. I went to the recording and saw a video of myself, and I look really dirty and ugly. I feel embarrassed thinking people are going to be pointing at me and evaluating me. Why can't I be more confident? If I think about it, I feel like I'm still influenced by the hurt that remains in my heart from a long time ago, despite not being able to remember very well. I've never received infinite love. Dad left me even though I didn't do anything wrong. I felt like mom might leave me too if I misbehave, so I forgot about myself and I followed her opinions and her wishes. Side note, Sully does have a very complicated relationship with her mom. Friends say that Sully was obsessed with her mom, so obsessed, loved her, followed her around like best friends. And Sully started in the industry as a child star. Her mom is the one that managed all of her finances. Even later when she debuts and becomes of age, she lets her mom handle it all. It's not until later she decides, hey, maybe I should try investing or something by myself. And her mom tells her there's nothing. Nothing at all. All those years, the traumatic years of working in the industry as a child, her mom blew through all of her
Oh
money.
my
Not
gosh.
only that, her mom has been receiving advance payments for all of Sully's work from SM Entertainment. Not only is her
What?
mom spending all of Sully's money, but she's spending all of her future money. Allegedly, their relationship was never the same after that. In her diary, Sully does speak very highly of Cheja, though, her ex boyfriend, the rapper that was 14 years older than her. And the relationship made a lot of people turn on her at the time, which I have very complicated feelings about massive age gap relationships, especially when the person that's younger is so close to the legal age limit. But a lot of people turned it on her, which is weird. I just didn't expect that. Usually it's on the older person because they bear more responsibility. They're the one with the power imbalance,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
But I think with this situation, it's kind of hard to really hate him because just the way she speaks about him. She writes in her diary, "Today I went to the nail salon with Cheja." She uses his real name, Uppa. "I'm happy because I feel like we found something else we can do together. I just don't need anything or anyone else. No matter what happens later or what people say, I'm really happy right now. I'm so happy that I don't want to miss any of the emotions that I'm feeling. I want to remember all of them, and I want to feel even the smallest things. He really is such a precious person to me. I cherish everything about him. How can someone be so pure and kind and not calculative and smart and wise and trustworthy and warm? I mean, it's impossible not to love him. He really is precious. He'll probably be the most precious person to me for the rest of my life. I'm happy and I'm so blessed to have met him. I think this is happiness." Sully was later interviewed about her opinions on the Korean entertainment industry as a whole, and she stated that idols should be treated like employees. They should have rights like other employees, and they should have a union for idols to keep them safe. She said, "From my perspective, people
SM.
just don't see celebrities as humans. When I first entered
This was like way back when, and then until today, it's 2024. SM and they don't care about their artists until today. Pro- Allegedly, before they kind of sue us. SM, I've been watching you lately. I'm still watching. Oh, okay. Anyways, let's not divert the topic for now, but take care of your people, okay?
She said, "From my perspective, people just don't see celebrities as humans. When I first entered the industry, and something people wouldn't stop telling me is, you are a product, and you must be the best product with the best quality for the public." She said, "Even the ones who don't tell you straight up that you're a product, they still treated me like one. I have to be something that they want. I have to fear losing my product quality." She said she was so overcome with exhaustion and pressure, she said she just started blaming herself. She states, "The only thing I could control was when I caused myself pain. So I blamed myself and I put myself down, and I think that was the only control I had. That's why it was so difficult. I never thought that the system was wrong. There's a movie, The Matrix, where they say, would you rather take the red pill and learn the truth and live a difficult life, or just live without knowing? I often think that had I lived without knowing, I would be living such a happy life." And a lot of new information starts coming to light after Sully's death. Sully once filed a criminal complaint against someone that just kept writing malicious, hateful comments about her nonstop. The police tracked the commenter down, found out that she was an attendee, she was a student at a prestigious university, and was the same age as Sully. Sully, from the goodness of her heart, dropped the charges because she said if she continued, she would graduate and she would have a really hard time finding a job. Later, the university student wrote a very long letter to Sully apologizing, stating she was very sorry that she commented, and she didn't think it was such a big deal at the time because Sully probably wouldn't even see it. She was just stressed at the world and her own life, and she took it out on Sully. Sully's whole message was, you don't have to do what she does. You don't even have to like what she does. But she said,
Yeah, if you don't like someone or you don't like something, just don't cross paths with that thing, or don't, like, just don't consume it. Like, there are so many people on YouTube that I used to watch and then slowly don't like them anymore because you just see their true personality after you watch them for a long time. And what do? I don't go and leave in the comments, you hater, you suck, you blah blah blah. I don't do that. What I do, there is a button, you just click on top of their page. I just want to go through it so that I can explain. And then you just say, don't recommend videos from this person. It's so easy to avoid things you don't like. Don't actively go to, like, for example, you don't like ramen. Don't actively go to a ramen shop or a ramen restaurant. Go elsewhere. That's what I don't understand about people is if you don't like something, why are you actively in that person's life? You complain, I don't like the way you do this, I don't like the way you do that, but you're here every day. Like, for example, let me say I post videos like every day, but then there's that one person who always comments, oh, I hate your videos, they suck, you talk